So that's a lawful order.
Come on, hey. Hook him up.
No, we're going. You gave us a lawful order. We're out of here.
Under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law.
Mahalo everybody, as Adam Carolla would like to put it. Welcome to the YouTube channel, Auditing the Auditors, his edition. Of course, that might lead you to believe that there's a hers edition. Well, not currently, but stay tuned, we'll see what we can do. Now I'd like to introduce you to Josh. He seems like a nice all-American boy. But unfortunately, this is a picture of him right before he got his little ass stuffed in the back of a police cruiser. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's actually scored as a number 4 on the Auditing the Auditors sliding scale of douchebaggery. Congratulations, Josh. More on him later. And by this time, you're probably wondering just what the hell is a First Amendment audit in the first place. And I'm not going to bother y'all with history lessons or anything like that, and I'm not going to go into this diatribe on every video, but just a brief explanation of what's going on in these videos. I'm not a legal expert by any stretch of the imagination, but the Supreme Court has ruled on several occasions where freedom of the press and freedom of speech trumps my rights as a citizen to freedom of privacy. And so emerged a toxic lineage of social justice warriors flaunting their constitutional rights and exploiting the privacy of others. We would also like to take the time to dedicate this channel to the men and women that serve in uniform. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this country. And thank you for resisting the urge to beat the living fuck out of some of these idiots in our society. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video. Thanks again for tuning in, and God bless. You'll notice that a majority of these bozos have PayPal accounts and are funded on the backs of their subscribers. Doesn't it make you just want to run into the living room, grab your wallet, and pitch into these assholes?
What's going on, guys? Josh with Accountability for All. And today we're at the Sherman R. Walker Correctional Center here in St. John's Parish, Louisiana.
I gotta use the restroom.
We get 12 fries today, guys. One of that's right off the QB. You get the chili cheese. That might be off the QB. Why did you tell me back when you get off the QB?
So here's the typical MO for a First Amendment audit. Very rarely will these guys act alone. Usually, as in this case, of course, they travel in packs. These cockroaches feed off the insidious behavior of one another. They all have YouTube channels. They all have the same MO. So needless to say, there's literally thousands of hours for us to audit. It's a big job. Somebody's got to do it. Now what you see here is them casing the lobby. What they'll usually do is stroll in, cameras in tow, and just walk around and take videos of the pictures, of the vending machines, of whatever's in there, inanimate objects that are in the office or in the lobby, hoping to get a rise out of the state, federal, or local government employees that are there.
Put it on speaker. Speakerphone, please. We don't have authority.
Do we pick it up?
No.
Are we supposed to pick the phone up?
Yeah.
Hello?
It is Deputy John speaking. How can I help you?
I don't know. The phone was ringing and there was no one in here. I didn't know if we should pick it up.
Yeah, I just happened to notice that you guys are walking around the front lobby, and I just want to know if there's anything I can help you with.
No, man. You're very nice. We're all set. Thank you.
So you mind telling me what you're doing in the front lobby?
I do mind. It's, you know, I'm just taking a peek, man. But thank you.
With video cameras.
Is this a public place?
Yes, it is.
All right, so then we're not doing anything illegal, so we'll just get back to what we were doing. Have a great night, sir.
Look at the cameras. No drinks or food bags for extra electronic devices allowed in the
So one of the cars that was there before is gone now.
We will no longer be doing fingerprinting due to COVID-19.
They called us.
They called us. So this is public. It says visitors entrance. So it says, do not enter authorized personnel. I think it's beyond that point.
Visitors entrance.
Yeah, well, the visiting, so that sign is like in a weird way. We'll stay here and film him.
Entrance, visitors entrance.
It does say visitors entrance.
So we'll ask him if this is the visitor's entrance. Is there no one in there?
Registration office will be closed to visitors.
There's no one in it.
Is that door open? No name. Did you try the door?
Oh, here you go. Oh, so it's open right now?
Looks like it.
Oh, I didn't realize it was open. That's a hidden door.
So, besides the detention center, let's walk into police headquarters and see if we can kick up some dirt in there, right? Fucking idiots.
What does it say? It's cold in here. It's super cold, huh?
This is so little.
Wait, look at that blue line.
That's a pretty blue line, huh?
This is so little and so cold. This is where the disease spreads. I'm out of here. It's really cold in there, especially for a small place.
How's it going? What you got going on? There's one coming up here right now.
Huh? Doesn't seem like the best place to park.
How you
What's going on, man? We don't really need any help. Thank you, though.
No, but thank you. And please allow me to take my 4D cell mag light and place it across your forehead a couple of times.
Well, we were called out here and advised that you guys were asked to leave the lobby and you refused to do so.
No one asked us to leave the lobby.
Oh, that's interesting, because I have it on film.
Okay. Identify yourself. My name is Bryce McClendon. I'm a deputy. Who are you?
I'm just an independent journalist working on a story.
Ah, the independent journalist. Just out for a stroll, exercising his Fourth Amendment rights.
That's awesome.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how's it
What's going on, man?
How are you guys doing today?
Not too bad. How are you?
Alrighty, what can we help you with?
We're just working on a story.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine, but you are required to ID yourself, just like I'm
do you have-
required to ID
do you have
myself.
probable cause to
the story?
So we just like to check out public buildings and see what goes on, especially with the coronavirus, to see how people are responding, places that are staffed higher, like with the public responses, with the public officials' responses to it.
Okay.
So we just come around and check out public buildings and public officials.
Okay. Could you understand how a correctional facility with you filming for security reasons that would make people nervous?
But while they're going, I'd like to show you my video, because you
I
said
got you. Hold on,
they
can you
asked us to
answer my
leave.
question? See, we're communicating, so when I say something, I'd like a response to what I'm saying. and I'll respond to what
What's your
you're saying.
question?
Do you see how you guys filming a secured facility could make
You guys
people
have
nervous?
identification on you?
So in a public access point, I guess I wouldn't be able to see that. Like if I was like, you know, staking out in front of the security ops
When I pulled up, this gentleman was facing the secured gate.
yeah, well, we were going to the visitor's entrance. We went in the visitor's entrance. That's why we went over there, and then we walked over
Which
here.
vehicles did y'all drive here?
I mean, we don't have to answer that question.
You're
I
right,
mean,
sir. You're absolutely right.
I appreciate
All
you
but
recognizing
this
that.
is what you do have. Congratulations, you say in the United States of America, okay? And in America, you have certain rights and privileges, like the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be able to get you in court of law. You
Right.
have the right to have an attorney present while being questioned. You can't afford an attorney, won't be given to you by government suspense. You have the right to stop and refuse ask questions after any time you choose.
Right.
You understand the rights to which I've advised?
Am I under arrest?
No, sir, but like I said...
Are you Mirandizing me or just making me aware of my rights?
Like I said, sir, you live in America, you're afforded certain rights, and I just advised you.
I'm going to move this way just because that light's right in my head.
All right, sir. So that's what we're doing right now, okay? So, what can we help you with? And if there's nothing that we can help you with, I would advise you if you could just go ahead and
I think we're all set, man.
All right,
I think
well,
we're
you have a
good.
nice day,
we're
sir.
actually on our way out of here, but then you guys
Well, you guys
came.
have a nice day, okay?
I do. Thank you, man. I appreciate
All right,
it.
no
And you know
problem.
what I do appreciate?
Yes, sir.
Most time we have interaction with law enforcement.
Wait, what? Did he just say law enforcement? What the fuck is law enforcement, you idiot?
They'll ask us questions and stuff, but they don't normally like let us know what our rights are. And you actually stated it perfectly, so I do appreciate the fact that you're letting people know what their rights are, because sometimes it's important to know. Sometimes people don't know they have the right to be free from illegal search and seizure. They don't know that they have the right, the Fifth Amendment right. So I appreciate you of notifying
But listen to
us
me
about
too,
that.
okay? Also, with us doing our investigation, we do have the right to detain you until we will figure out what's going on. Now,
If
would
you have
like
probable cause or articulable
right,
suspicion that
listen
a
to me.
felony has
Listen
been
to me.
committed.
I'm not going to go back.
I don't feel you
go back and
comfortable with
forth.
you flanking
Listen
me,
to
man.
me.
So I'm just going to
Listen,
stand
look,
over here
I'm
and
trying
create
to
some
see what you're
space.
Look, I'm not
might
trying to
have
go
us
back and
on,
forth with you on the law.
You too?
Hey,
With some
buddy.
goofy
Oh, please don't touch
I'm
me.
not trying to go back and forth with you on the law, right? You may know more of the law than I do, but I can do stuff like that to tell you to figure out what's going on. Like you don't want to identify yourself, okay?
Well,
So
you
that
have to
makes
have
me-
probable cause
Okay,
to
but
be
you're
identified.
at a secure facility.
And that's the point. You know what
Listen
I'm.
to
You know
me.
what? That's
No,
the point of this
you
video.
keep on talking over me, and I understand that whatever you're trying to do, you have a certain
No,
motive.
we're not with live
And I'm
PD,
trying to
but
help.
we're live on
I'm
YouTube.
trying to figure this out, okay?
Yeah,
So
YouTube
if you
live.
don't mind,
What's your name, man?
can you guys just go ahead and go? Or we can go keep on doing our
If we're being
investigative search of
if
you
we're
guys.
being trespassed and it's a lawful command, we'll have no choice but to do so.
All right, sir. Well, y'all have a nice day, okay?
All right, man. Take
All
it
right.
easy. Appreciate it.
You too,
What's your
sir.
name, sir?
Deputy Webb.
Deputy Webb.
WBB.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
See you later.
Isn't it public footage? So I can see, right? Are you going to refuse me of that?
You can
So
see
now I
it.
can come
You can
behind
check
you.
it out on YouTube for sure.
I'm just trying to see it. Can I get a card with your YouTube name?
I'll give you my YouTube channel name. It's called Accountability for All. Now, I don't carry cards with me, especially when it's raining, because they could get wet.
I do have identification on a person, but I don't wish to provide.
You don't wish to provide.
I haven't- you
Do you
have not-
understand? Do you understand?
I am at a public building and I'm filming.
Hold on. We're having a conversation. You're not gonna just tell me what's going on and talk over me, okay? I say something, you respond and vice versa.
Okay.
Okay? Can you hands up to free country? You can smoke.
Well, he's asking if he can smoke because some public facilities have no smoking policies.
Well, we're in the parking lot.
Yeah, we just didn't know because where I'm from, I'm not gonna say where that is. They don't allow you to smoke in public facilities.
Guys are just so.
I don't have one.
You don't have one? I don't have one either.
Exercising rights.
We're exactly
Correct.
exercising our First Amendment rights.
Yeah, I don't have
stream
one.
live on the internet right now.
Every time I've been told that, thank you. I'm tracking what's going on.
It's important to know, like, because this gentleman was to say, you know, he could detain us to conduct an investigation, but us conducting a constitutionally protected activity in public property, that doesn't meet a burden for an investigation. There's no articulable suspicion that anything was going on.
First of all, you can't articulate suspicion because.
Well, probable cause. Suspicion in itself is not.
What
a
do I
crime.
need for PC?
For probable cause, you need to have articulable suspicion that a felony has been, is currently in the commission of a crime. A felony.
You'll have to excuse my buddy Richard. He forgot his lighter, walking around with this unlit cigarette in his mouth, dropping his camera equipment. He's just been a complete train wreck ever since law enforcement showed up. But you can rest assured that he's a lot more fucked up than I am. You believe me, right? Right?
Has been, is about to be, or is currently in the commission
A
of.
felony or a crime?
Please allow him to pick up his phone. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
You saw that?
Well, so us recording. Let's just end this on a civil note.
What's the goal?
Us recording.
What's the goal? Let's get to the goal.
To not have this interaction. We just want to be free to do this without you guys speaking to us.
At 5 in the morning, though, brother.
Yeah, but there's no time frame in the Constitution.
But it's a bad time to
there's
pop
no
up
time frame in the
unannounced and
Constitution.
just say, hey, look, I'm going to film and it's going to be okay. We don't have a problem with you filming, but you came at 5 in the morning. It's a security issue. That's
But there's no time frame in the Constitution.
Then we come out and say, hey, guys, what's your name? What are you guys doing? You say, oh, no, I don't want to talk to the cops. That's what we saying, man.
No, I spoke to this. I spoke to this officer.
You didn't give him your name.
I don't need to give him my name. I did speak to him cordially.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. This is typically what happens. We come out, make sure you guys are legit, not trying to break into or anything like that. Get your name. That way, if we do have something later on, we have you guys on file. You guys can leave, film all day you want. Because if you guys had a problem,
Can I be honest with you?
We would be right.
If this contact didn't happen, we were about to leave.
Right. But
you know what I mean?
But unfortunately, we do have cameras like you guys have cameras, and we saw you guys, so we're like, hey, what's going on? We need to investigate before these guys leave. You guys may become trying to get plans of the building. We don't know because you guys aren't.
What I can tell you is for this measure, okay, that we have no ill will towards your facility. I explained that we're private journalists working for content for a story, working on how things have changed post and present coronavirus.
And say, hey, look, can I get? It may have brought you inside.
Right, but I don't need to do that. That's the whole point. It's the back of my shirt says what? They say they're your rights. If you don't use them, you lose them. These are my rights to do so. I don't have to announce myself. There's no time constraints in the Constitution.
I didn't say that. I said maybe if you would have, they would have given more access.
Let me explain something to you, okay? And I understand that you are well educated. You understand what's going on, but there are proper ways to do stuff. You are afforded certain rights. We're just doing our job, just like you're doing your job. Now, we do have press officers who you could have talked to and could have gotten all this information from. There's a certain way to go about doing it, a right way, and there's a wrong way. This may not necessarily be the right way. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a perfect example.
There is a way to go about it. So the way that you went about it caused all of this chaos.
But how do we do these service? Like, so if I was going to do a story where it's behind the scenes, if I announce that I'm coming,
you know how to do
then
it.
it's going to be totally.
You guys go to our press officer, and you guys take care of it that way. Just go to our press
right, but if something's going wrong and we announce that we're coming. What about?
Did you do that?
Well, if I announce I'm coming and something's happening,
because you did not do
let me ask you a question. Do you have more than 20 people in this facility?
I don't know.
Okay, because you want to talk about enforcing law. There's a CDC mandate.
Now all of a sudden we're worried about the health and well-being of the individuals in the detention center. What a scream.
It says that there cannot be a gathering of more than 20 people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 here. That means if there's more than 9 in this entire facility, you've violated a federal protective law. And that's how this conversation ends, because we save that right to the end.
I told you what we're doing.
Sir, do you have more than 9 people in this facility? I'm not speaking about like inmates or like just in total, because
I wouldn't know.
The CDC has released a federal mandate stating that there cannot be more than 20 people in a public gathering because of COVID. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 fucking officers. What a waste. They should have stuffed these guys a long time ago.
So if there's more than 9 people in this building, then the CDC, would be in violation of federal mandate. So, I mean, like this is correct. It doesn't. In fact, in Maine and California, they're actually releasing inmates early.
Non-violent inmates.
If they, correct. Depending on the states, they consider non-violent. Like assault isn't considered violent. They'll consider the battery. Right.
We're already up to date on that.
As far as the local community with the fusion center, they call me Bobby Hill. I don't know why.
They call me Bobby Hill. I don't know if I'd go around advertising that, for crying out loud. And yes, Bobby Hill has his own YouTube channel, and we'll get to him eventually. What an idiot.
Because you look like Bobby Hill.
Yeah, he called me Bobby Hill. I love it. What's your name, Webb? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. I don't know your name, but
This is phone breaker right here.
See, this is the good part, right? Because now we're having a dialogue, right? We're having an intelligent dialogue.
For the most part, I've had a dialogue with this gentleman. You've been liking to hear yourself talk, so you just, I mean,
Well, I can hear myself talk if I want. It's my First Amendment right.
What's your goal?
I don't have to answer that question.
Assholes like this guy right here. That is our goal.
Well, no,
You're nice. You're nice.
Names back and forth.
Well, no, I actually disagree with you. I think he's nice, but I think he's an asshole.
This is the guy who did this to my
Because
phone
it's our
right here.
job, we have to, but...
This guy
he
stepped on
broke
my
your
phone.
phone?
Yeah. It just stepped back on purpose.
This guy didn't do it? See, I didn't have a problem with you, but now you have to go, like, talking shit, man. I don't get it. What's that?
When did I talk to you?
Right now. Because I like to hear myself talk. Do I not have the right to speak?
You absolutely do, but you say you want a dialogue, but there's no dialogue taking place.
I had a conversation with him, and I listened to what he had to say. Did I not have a dialogue with you, Officer Ever?
You're dismissed.
See?
Go back to work.
Yeah.
Go back to work. Go back to work. Get out of here. You're wasting resources. Go do something.
Did you serve in the military, man?
I don't know what Josh's obsession is with the military. I don't know if he served. I've watched several of his videos, and he continually asks a lot of the law enforcement if they're former members of the military. At any rate, I don't know. I don't know if this bozo served based solely on his content and the way he acts in public. Seriously doubt it.
I guess what he said.
No, I'm serious. If you did, well, thank you for your service. It looks like you served in the military.
Listen, guys, I don't understand you have something that you're wanting to
You mean more
accomplish.
security like this? Like this
By all
guy
means,
stepped
you're a
on my
human
phone?
being.
You're going to deal with that, right?
Yeah, we the people, brother. We the people. All right, perfect. All right, man. All set
I
then.
don't understand a safe way to do something.
It was not unsafe until guys with guns and AK clips showed up. Like, you guys made it unsafe.
Again, you're not listening.
I don't need to listen to you. You are not in a position to give me direct. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Until you started being an asshole. Now I'm done with you. The SWAT team's here. Hey, you were actually very professional.
Are you a
So
mechanic? Or you
we do
I'm not a cop
appreciate
every
that.
day. I'm a citizen also.
You are?
That's the whole point, man.
Why are you a craftsman?
I build guns.
Because you build guns?
Yeah, I know what kind of guns I was building.
Then you wouldn't have said AK banana clips.
I said AK.
Those are 30 mag rounds for AR-15s.
And I'm done talking to you.
Oh, I'm so glad you're done. Thank
I
you.
don't want to take that. But nobody asked me to leave, so if you want me to leave, I'll leave. That's all.
If y'all don't mind, I mean, if y'all are done here.
So he's not ordering us to leave. He's saying if we don't mind, and if
I'm not trying to be mean
right.
here, okay?
So he's
But
good, man.
We do have stuff
You
that
should
we
take
have to
some
do.
pointers from him, man.
You want me to leave?
Go do
I'll
it.
go to the road. I'll go to the east, man.
Finally, we're gonna get this thing wrapped up. Jesus, I thought this pain would never end.
How's it going, Sergeant? How are you, man? Are you the supervisor right now? All right, so we were just having a conversation with this gentleman. He demanded identification. Because it's our right, we refused. He didn't have any probable cause. We're just here working on a story, checking out a public place. And I don't appreciate, first of all, the tone in which he spoke to us. Secondly, trying to violate our Fourth Amendment rights. So if you could just have a coaching conversation with him to let him know that he swore an oath to the Constitution. It's important that he defends that oath.
But as of right now, this right here is a secure facility.
Well, no, this right here is a public area.
We're telling y'all to leave.
Oh, so you're trespassing us from a public place.
We're telling y'all to leave.
So that's
y'all refusing. That's refusing an officer.
So that's a lawful order.
Come on, hey, hook him up.
This is exactly how it should have been done in the first place. No bullshit, no stories of freedom of the press and all the rest of that. You just wrap them up, throw them in a squad car. Finally, come to an end. We're almost there. Hold tight.
No, we're going. You gave us a lawful order. We're out of here.
Under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law.
Sir, he asked us to leave. You have to give us an opportunity to leave.
Turn around. Come on. Let's not make this done than it needs to be. All right, you guys proved your point. Hold this for me. Hold this for me.
Walker Correctional Center.
Hold this.
Sherman Walker Correctional Center.
We walk away and then you puff us out.
Sherman Walker Correctional Center.
You didn't give us time to leave.
And now it's time for my closing comments. I'd really, truly like to be able to grade St. John's Parish in Louisiana better than a B- in this audit, but unfortunately I can't. And here's the reason why. And I should say reasons why. Start off with 11 officers of the LAR. Once the officers found out, they should have dispersed and left maybe a couple of cops to wait out these douchebags. You need a couple more reasons for the low grade? Here you go. Loitering and disturbing of the peace. Let me tell you, it took Sergeant Slaughter to come out, whip his finger around, less than 2 minutes to have those assholes wrapped up in a pretty little bow and tossed in the back of the squad car like they should have been done in the first place. And let me tell you what, I like that sumbitch. He's the first one I'd want on my police force. Excuse me, on my law enforcement force. Fuck. And that just about wraps it up for this first edition. I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry it was too long, but hopefully we'll be able to streamline these a little bit. Maybe do some little flashy flash or some fancy stuff with the video or what have you maybe down the road. Pretty simple man. Don't know how to do a lot of that stuff, but we'll get it figured out. At any rate, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and blah, 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 blah. You know the rest of the deal.